Hello, this is Max Harrison back for another video. And Alexa, set timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
I may go over this time to see if something interesting may happen. But anyway, the only thing I did really off screen is just move some troops, got some lines to go to Macau. That's around about it. Anyway, hey, I want to see what the name of Burma will be. I mean, technically you could just read it from here. The Republic of Burma. But, you know, it's ought to be pretty interesting what they become. Well, that stuff is happening, that stuff is interesting, yep, moving on. Yeah, everything's okay here. Indonesia, I don't have enough factories. Got that rubber. Don't care. Nothing to do here. So, yeah. How's everything in little Colombia? Just going to throw into meter. You guys, start pushing back against the radical left. New Greek leadership. Sorry, I can say Greece. Now we're under mechanism. Greek National Socialism, or Greek Nazism, basically. That's because the literal name is the National Socialist Party of Greece. Well done, Xenophon von Glot. I don't know. Yeah, that is now. Glossamus. What it even is actually doing? Not bad, to be honest. We still got all their lands. Montenegro, Kosovo is still part of the party. Same as Greece. For bits. Really not those two. Anyway. Last time, Turkestan has been fully united. This time under Bukhara, for the state of Turkestan. Which, groovy. Combat communist influence. Nothing to do there. All things are good under this hood. Ah, the French. That's what I've forgotten about. Le Franca. Destroy the German trooper that's what to save. I still have a lack of factories. The Slavic revolt has happened, but Germany's still on a civil war. Need to turn that on. So which side do I support? The Nazis, or the Moscow colonial Führung. Probably said that wrong. Moscow colonial government, or Moscow colonial government. The Red Army under the Moskova Krasnaya Armia, Moscow Red Army. The Association of the Freed, or Association Oslo Bosdennik, or the third party, the Russian Liberation Army, or in Russian, Russkaya Osvobodilnia Armia. Meanwhile, here there's the Nazis there under the Caucasus colonial government, or Caucasus colonial Regierung, the Don Free State, or Donskaya Liga, or the Don League, and the Mountainous Republic of the Northern Caucasus, or led by the Northern Caucasus Party, People's Party, or Narodnaya Partiya Severnogo Kavkaza. Influence overview. PP 22222, first act of the day. There's also the Astrakhan Regional Government, or Astrakhan Regional Regierung, led by the National Socialists, or the Sicherheit Regierung, which I think is just another way of saying regional government. There's a similar one in Baku, or in German it's called Winterstadt, like how Astrakhan is called Etel, although this is a military government. I think this means regional authority. Sicherheit Regierung. Anyway, this was under Rudolf Schmidt, and that one is under Franz Abrament. I think there's actually another one up here. Yeah, the Archangels, or Erzengolstadt administration, or Admiralate Tagelet. I think those two were under like military. This was under the Marines. Yeah, the Marine Regierung des Weben and Meers, Marine government of Western Russia. I think. I'm not entirely sure. Not a fan of those. Possibly them. Even though as China, I'm not pro to most of these. I am pro enough to the Russian People's Liberation Army to at least support them. So, second half of the day, I'll allow Diplo. There's no actual Democratic parties. So, how many troops do you want? 1. Get you. That's because the Association of the Freed is just a partisan unit, and they're communists, basically. And the Moscow Red Army is so blatantly communist you wouldn't even notice it. So, send trooper to you. Ukraine has blown itself into a million pieces. The Ukrainian Insurgent Army, which I'm more likely to support, led by the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists of the Ukrainian Insurgent Army, led by known collaborator Roman Shukshaevsk. There's also the Ukrainian People's Revolution Army, which I would also maybe support, but not the Soviet Socialist government. That's a hard pass, led by the partisans. But anyway, the Hong Kong Challenger. While Sitfu Megan is busy shaking his hands across Americans, the Hongmen officer of Hong Kong and the Philippines have also been getting to work for unification with Nanjing. Under the new Hongmen Party has now begun openly defying the Sitfu Meitung, vowing to conduct the unification negotiations with the KMT delegates on his own terms. While Sitfu is undeniably elderly, he has very quickly proven allegations of senility false, can't say that, making a broad appeal to the global Hongmen branches for unity so that they can once again operate in China. These pleas appear to have fallen on deaf ears in those branches which Cao Yu has since visited. This stick in the mud of Party Unifier is now quickly proving to be the greatest trial in history of every economic party of diaspora clubs. Is this the new opportunism for the ushering of a new generation? Next is the Hongmen Emergency Plenum. So, send some units to the Organizacja Ukraińska Nationalistów Ukraińska Powstańska Armia, which you want is a one trooper your way into Riv, and the People's Revolutionary Army, or Ukraińska Narodno Revolucja Armia. You would like also one trooper. But it's coming up. Sudanese UN membership. Ukraine collapses. Yes, I'll support Turkestani membership into the UN because I like the expansion of the UN. Donate stuff. No. Yeah, I already voted in. What to get next? Get the military engineering school. After killing that, and my troops are going to Reims. Over there. Over there. My troops are just destroying them. Go to here to block their path. Collapse of the Caucasus. The Nationalist Party has won in South Africa. Turkestani UN membership. So who else is there? There's the Euro Liberation Command, which is another branch of these guys, basically. Led by the Zuruzenia Sili of Vosbozendenia Urala, or Armed Forces for the Liberation of the Urals, which are fascists. Or the Free Red Army, Free Cossack Red Army, led by the Krasnaya Armia Red Army. There's supposedly a third one that appears somewhere around here. Don't entirely know what it's named. There's also now the Azerbaijan Soviet Republic, led by the Azerbaijan Communist Party of Azerbaijan. So, since you are basically a branch of you, for all intents and purposes, even though I don't like you, to be honest, there's not really a better choice. There's the independence fighters, which I've seen them win way too many times, so no. The communists, which we don't support even in China, maybe as India will support them. The Nazis, which is a hard pass. So, Euro Liberation Command, how many troops can I send you? 1. Alright. There you go. I've seen what happens to them if they win. They'll just exist for all intents and purposes. Chinese membership. Sure. All people should be allowed to join the UN. I don't give a damn. Even the Siamese. Still entrenched in your position. You're taking a long time to entrench. Just saying. Can open diplomatic channels with them. Do that. So, the Hongmen Emergency Plenum. As factionalism in the Hongmen Democratic Party is now reaching its breaking point on the eve of the arrival of Kuomintang delegates, the urgency to resolve and divide begin the process of return to China for one and has become one impressive urgency. Meeting in the party challenger Zhao Lu, home base of Hong Kong Party Secretary Sit Mei Tang has come to representative from the North American branch, with the hope of peacefully winning the support of Zhao Yu and his southeast supporters. As chilly rainstorm begins settling, the both faction leaders make their own passionate pleas for the uniting party around them. It is then decided that each branch register should get one vote in choosing the next leader of the party, one who would meet the Generalissimo delegates following morning. As the last of the secret ballots are counted and results will lead to turn when the Hongmen representatives have voted to elect. It's either Zhao Yu, who I have no idea who's really politically about because, to be honest, I barely remember these, or the elderly Mei Tung. My personal opinion, which I'm just going with, you get the mod and do it however you want to do it, but for me, Zhao Yu takes over. Just saying, my preference. Get Huzong Man under the Huang Po clique, leading that under the Ma Bufang of the Ma clique and the Hu Pang clique, basically. The factory nothing to do there. I have enough for them. So we move on. Bunch of my troopers I've got there. So there's a civil war in Serbia. I'm gonna support the Serbian Chetnik movement because Chetniks are cool. Be damned. How many troops do you want, laddie? For the free Serbia? One. There. You can go. Help the Nice government against the, I wouldn't say they're National Socialists, they're Yugoslav fascists. It's just its own technical thing. In Belgrade, the Government of National Salvation, or the Vlada Narodnog Spaza. That you put under Zhang Fakui, a veteran of North Vietnam, and put you under Wang Linzhen, another veteran. In Russia, Rozov, you will be commanded by Li Ni of the Wangpu faction. Clique, basically. Saving Civil War. So, who do I spot? The Kingdom of Hungary, led by the Komornanzio, yeah, Magyar Élet Partia, or Government slash Hungarian Life Party, or the debatable Antonescu government, or Guvernul Antonescu, Mihail Antonescu. So, influence all of you. Who do I really support? Also, why does National Socialism is green in Romania? I get that the Legion of Saint Michael is technically colored green on their flag, but I don't think the National Socialist green. I think they had their own ideology called Legionism. Probably that's why it's colored green. German ally or I'm not getting involved. They fight amongst themselves. If Romania wins, Hungary collapses. If Hungary wins, Romania has a civil war. Retaking Macau. And for a while, until 1954, that's all good here. So, now you get to here. So, National Reconstruction Projects. To develop the economy and achieve prosperity, China must embark on a grand national reconstruction project. This project, covering all fields with no end date set in mind, will be the guides to economic recovery in decades to come. You go to Ivanov. I have lost all my factories somehow. Ceylon has been taken. Euros has destroyed the African regional government. DNA is discovered. Successful infiltration. Get Kinishma. The brief existence of the Volga Miench army has come past with them. That's what they used to look like for a brief existence. Save. The Albanian Revolution. Put Guangxi under the Huangpo clique under you. Serbia. Put Ma Jinghua of the Ma clique under you. Yeah, Bruce, so you've already got a leader. Take time on our trains, give them trains. Himmler coups the government. Why is most of your troops down here? Likely they're moving them. That happens there. Get all of you. TP 2222. Get all of you. Get all of you. Training. Heavy CRC report. Liberate Macau. Do you CP 2222. Do you could care less. Napoleon membership, I vote yes. Add, remove, add and add. Thank you. Are you gonna finally become? No. The Sino-Portuguese Agreement. Intimidated by our sponsored foes and revolutionaries, the Portuguese monarch gives Cal the authority to negotiate the agreement between China and Portugal. As a gesture of kindness, we have offered the Portuguese great leniency in Macau, allowing their business to assets to safely flow out of the city. Regardless of Macau's usefulness, the area that was ceded hundreds of years ago is now back under its rightful owner as part of the unified China. Wise decision. And Hong Empire returns. Well, there was a considerable gap between our unilateral sign of goodwill and the Hong Empire's official return to China. They have finally decided to make their return to the Chinese mainland. It is a hope that their official participation in politics will be able to take advantage of the vast overseas network of pro-China sentiments. We look forward to this partnership. So the Hong Empire is no longer outlawed. I still don't know where the Hongmen Party actually is. Does it appear here? No. Right, the Confederate districts, which refuse. Persia accepts. Belgium refuses. South Africa accepts. So America South Africa to join our alliance as they become independent. T debug Alexa stop. So tag JLM. Just gonna do these two things. Then tag bell. Tag chi. T debug. You. Oh damn it. I gotta do that again. Alright, apologies. Tag JLM. Tag chi. So we'll advance that piece, more or less. So we've expanded basically entirely. We've managed to get all the way to Africa with two of the greatest, the now fascist Belgians, by the National Party, which ironically they're still also sort of fascist, and the Nationalist Party or National Party, which if I was which are basically the same. Which I'm pretty sure they're gonna go sort of this way, so well they have to do a matter of OB or Ossavangaburungduguvang. Possibly Vertage, maybe the middle ground, but definitely some semblance of right wing. Anyway, that's been today. Today being Tuesday. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Hope to see you again. And this is Matt signing out. Hope you have a good day and goodbye.